the serious gamer.
Hey guys, this is Matimi0, and today I'm here to bring you some Medal of Honor gameplay and commentary. Now, before I actually get into the gameplay here, I wanted to quickly ask you guys a little question. Since this video is for the Next Gen Tactics Directors Contest, and I'm going to be making a lot of videos in the near future for the contest, and I actually just want to ask you guys, what kind of videos would you guys like me to commentate on? I play a wide variety of games. For instance, I'm playing Medal of Honor right now, and I plan on getting the full game when it's released on Tuesday. I play Battlefield Bad Company 2, a little bit of Modern Warfare 2 now and again, and a little bit of Call of Duty 4. I also play a lot of StarCraft 2, and that is actually what I wanted to ask you guys. Would you guys like to see some StarCraft 2 gameplay and commentary? And I know there's a lot of great commentators out there, such as Husky StarCraft, or Husky HD StarCraft, and Day9, and they do an absolutely phenomenal job with anything that relates to StarCraft 2. So if you guys would like me to do some StarCraft commentary, I'm more than happy to, but if you think that they do a satisfactory job and you don't think that anyone else should ever do StarCraft 2 commentaries, then, you know, let me know and I won't actually attempt it. But to kind of give you guys an idea of my skill level for StarCraft, I am currently a Diamond League player, Division Rank 3 I think now. I play Protoss, so I kind of know my way around the game, at least for Protoss, and a little bit for Zerg. So I think I can give at least some general tips to newer players or people in the lower leagues or Platinum. But yeah, guys, just let me know, and I will try to fulfill whatever requests you guys have me do, I guess. So I am playing currently on a hardcore server, and I think the only difference between the hardcore servers and the normal servers is the fact that you don't have a HUD on the top left side of your screen unless you have the UAV up. Also, and I kind of learned this the hard way, you can actually kill your allies, which I do in this video. Yeah, it sucked, and I felt like a noob. Another thing that you don't have is an indication or a number telling you how much or how many more bullets you have in your clip. So at least if you're using an LMG like I am using here, it can kind of get a little annoying because you have to constantly reload because it's kind of hard to figure out or just estimate how many more bullets you have left in your weapon. So those are, I think, the only three differences. I don't think you do any more damage with your weapons like in the Call of Duty series, the hardcore servers. People died really quickly, and same with Battlefield Bad Company 2. But if I'm wrong and there's more than the three, then just let me know in the comments below and I will correct that in a future video. Now for some general tips, and the reason why I only want to give you guys some general tips is because the game isn't out yet, and I just don't want to be too specific unless they actually, you know, change something major. But I feel like these tips are going to be still valid when the game is actually released. So my first tip more applies to the Call of Duty fans because if you enjoy running and gunning in most first-person shooters, like you can in the Call of Duty series, you're probably in for a rude awakening for Medal of Honor. And the reason why I say this is because you're not going to be a super soldier, agile demon that can run across the entire map instantly and dodge bullets like you can in the Call of Duty series. And I know I'm exaggerating, but you guys hopefully get what I mean. In this game, the controls are a little bit sluggish, your movements are a little bit slower, and if you're out in the open for very long, you're probably going to die for those reasons, and also because people die really quickly in Medal of Honor. So just for the fact that you're not super fast and you can't really get out of the way with for incoming fire, it just makes it really difficult to actually run and gun. Another reason is because just the way that the maps are laid out, they're laid out in a way that wherever you are, the enemy can probably shoot you from at least 3 different locations. So if you're running and gunning, it's pretty much impossible to check every single one of your flanks. So at least in my opinion, my main advice is to take the game pretty slowly, understand where your allies are, and please don't camp because I hate camping, and at least in my opinion, it kind of makes the game less enjoyable. So don't camp, but take it slow and just kind of understand where your enemies are going to be coming from and then position yourself in a certain way to where you're going to have the advantage. Now for my next tip, and this is going to sound absolutely terrible, but take advantage of your teammates. What I mean by this is don't actually take advantage of them, but work with them and understand what your allies are actually doing so that you can take advantage of the opportunities that they are giving to you. This more applies to not sector control, but the combat missions, which is much like the Battlefield Bad Company 2 rush game mode. So you have someone on offense, you have someone on defense. And what I found out is because there's only one objective that the defenders actually have to defend, it makes it really easy and almost no other reason to actually camp. So if you're going to want to move from cover to cover while on offense, if you go out in the open, you're probably going to die. Like I said, people die really quickly, and you don't move very quickly. So if you're not an assault player and you want to move to another cover, make sure you're moving when your allies are actually using a smoke grenade. And so really my main advice is understand what your allies are doing and take advantage of the opportunities that they're giving to you. Now for my last piece of advice, and it's going to apply to kill streaks, and I know they're not actually called kill streaks, but for the sake of the video, I am just going to use that term because everyone knows what it means. So, but you guys are more than welcome to correct me down below in the comments, and I actually welcome the correction. But if you guys have been following along to Medal of Honor, you will know that you either have an offensive or defensive ability when you actually get enough points. And I find that a lot of people are actually leaning more towards the offensive abilities because it's pretty sweet to call in a mortar strike and see the mass amounts of multi-kills that you get from the mortar strike. And that's totally cool. But I would actually recommend using the defensive abilities more often. And the reason why I say this is for a couple of reasons. The first reason being the fact that they benefit your entire team. And there's been multiple occasions and multiple games where my team will be losing, I'll go on a nice little streak, and I'll get a bunch of the abilities up, or the defensive abilities up, and then I'll notice a pretty substantial shift in the game. And another reason why I think you should try out the kill streaks or the defensive ones is just because every time you actually use one, it gives you a set amount of points that actually add on to your next reward. And unlike the offensive ones, you actually have to get a kill with their kill streak. So if you call in a mortar strike and you don't actually kill anyone, you're kind of out of luck, and that kind of sucks. But you guys may say that I'm a complete hypocrite here because I'm using both the offensive and defensive abilities here. But really, you just want to use your own discretion, and but really, just try out the defensive abilities for an entire game and see how it goes. I think you guys might be surprised. And right there, I get a nice little kill. That's the team kill that I was talking about, and I was super depressed, so I went on a little rampage here. And this was kind of a run and gun moment. So earlier when I said, you can't run and gun, it does happen in this game, and it is enjoyable when it actually does happen. It just doesn't happen as often. So this about wraps up the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and like I said earlier, this video is for the Next Gen Tactics Directors Contest. So if you enjoyed it, I would greatly appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up. It definitely helps me out. But also make sure to subscribe to Next Gen Tactics and NGT Games. They're a great bunch of guys, and I couldn't be more thankful for them for holding this contest. But also make sure to, this is a lot of make sures, I know, lots of make sures. But make sure to check out all of the other contenders. They have a lot of great commentary that I know you guys will enjoy. And also give them your support. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and take it easy, everyone.